Hi guys, thanks for joining. I'm MassJVS and this is Star Citizen. What can I say? I've been playing this for the last 3 weeks, since the 19th of November when I put down my pledge, and I am hooked. So, what we're going to do today is, using all in-game money, I got myself a Anvil Hornet Ghost F7, and I am going to test out some of the loadouts that I've got for it. So we'll go through that in a second. Right now I am just gonna go and get the ship, and then we'll go through all of that. Again, everything that I'm going through I got with in-game money that I acquired mostly through doing bounties. I haven't really stretched beyond that at this stage. So now that we're here, so we've got this Anvil Ghost, and we'll just retrieve that. Pad 1, very nice. What we'll do is we'll get into that. Give you a little tour of what changes I have made to it, and we can then test it out doing some bounties. It does take a little bit of time in the lift usually, but yeah, I'll be flying soon enough. It'll be nice, don't you worry. Okay, first thing to check, and I have made this mistake before, I do have my flight suit and helmet on, because outside this force field is space. This is Stanton. Welcome to Stanton, everyone. There are players who've been playing this for many years, and they're way better than I am. So, you know, I've been playing for 3 weeks, and I have a day job as well. So, but I am hooked. I am well and truly hooked on this game. Been really enjoying it. So once we get into it, let's start our engines. Okay. And what I'll do is we'll take off, and the way to do that is you just call the station. I'll just quickly check.
Thank you.
Okay, we can restock a little bit, so let's just make sure we can.
You are clear to launch.
See, this is a bug in here. I should have way more missiles, but for some odd reason I always spawn with not enough. But it's okay, I don't usually use the missiles too much, but now that we are ready to go, let me just set this up. Alright, we are good to go. Let's just get a little bit further away from the station.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
And then what we'll do is we'll pick a little
Thank
bounty.
you. Please visit again.
And the first thing I have been told, and I do as much as I can if I remember, is select call to arms. This means any baddie that you kill, and I've killed a few recent times, you do get a little bit of bonus payment on everyone that you kill, which is nice. I can't complain. Let's go into bounty hunting, and what we will try, because this is a new loadout, is we'll go for a VHRT, which is a very high VHRT risk target, very high risk target. It's the second highest. ERTs are the highest. I could go for that, but they take quite a bit of time to do. I'm not, you know, I can do PvE, PvP. I'm a bit useless. Get my ass handed to me. I'll be honest with that. But VHRT, we should be okay with testing out a new one, and we will just track that. So the thing that I've done on this loadout is it's mostly to do with the weapons that I've got. So this is group 1, this is group 2. I have 2 size 3 cannons on here and 2 size 2 cannons, and I've added in a size 3 distortion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here into the guns, and I'm going to put all the cannons, the laser cannons, on one, and I'll put the distortion cannon on the other, and that way I should have, if I click that, yep, perfect. So they're all go back together, and what we can do is we can bring up our landing gear. We can come into the quantum stream. Still within the same. So Ariel is a moon off Hurston, where we were, and we are wanting to go to our little baddie over here. So let's see. Just go a little bit faster than SCM. Having a little bit of whiskey as I go along, so apologies if you heard that. It is Saturday night after all. It will soon enough. What I'll do is I'll come back to SCM. Is it going to take us a little while to get that? Sometimes you have to wait for the baddies. Alright. Let me put my brakes on. And we shall wait here. Smells like a bit of a ambush, possibly, but it's alright. It's really the server, it needs a little bit of time to just sort of shit out. So, I have met some amazing people through this. What I heard before I joined the verse was that it was quite a nice community that was based around this. It has popped up, but I can't go for it until this little marker comes on our man over here, because simply put, if I kill him now, then I have to wait till the whole server refreshes, which happens I believe every 10 minutes or so, before Sam Eaton over here will pop up again. So what I'll do is I'll just play around with him a little, because I've got the distortion cannons. Up on the right, top right, you can see it's an Anvil Valkyrie, so made by the same manufacturer. Should be relatively easy to play with him. We'll try not to kill him. We are just trying to get rid of his shields, maybe get him completely unable to do something. One thing I will try to do is lead him out of this rock field, simply because of the number of times I've caught my ass in one of those rocks and I have just died. So backing in and moving away from them, sometimes not great. Okay, now he's almost coming back into range. So I mean, I do like this mixture of distortion and cannons, and the simple reason for that is not for a Valkyrie. I can hit Valkyries quite easily. It's more for the Hurricanes, which are small, they're fast, they're nimble, and I find them a pain in the ass. So what I'd like to do is use a distortion cannon to really just slow them down, sometimes take out their engines, their shields, mixed with the laser cannon. They're pretty good, but that's why I have it on two separate groups. One's on group 1, one's on group 2, is for the simple reason that while the server is sorting itself out, I can also not just sit there or run away, I can still play about a little bit with this dude with my distortion cannons. I think we're out of the rock field enough. Yeah, just about enough. That I need to be within 1.2k of him. This is my range, effective range of my weapons is just above 1.2k. Okay. I'm not a good fighter, guys. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people in the verse who are way better than me. I am just going to slow down to SCM speed. I will do that. Because I'm moving a little bit too fast for my liking. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, so now I can see that the blue box is on him. I think it's been on him for a little bit. Sometimes I just get so into just hitting them with a distortion cannon that I forget I can use my other weapons. What you will see is someone recommended I try out the lag pip. It basically means I try and put my marker on the target rather than put this center of my ooh, it's hitting me, come on, just move out of the way. They do have quite a lot of DPS, so just need to keep moving out of the way, and there we go. That didn't take too long. Yeah, not very long at all. I will take that. Let's try another one, shall we? Maybe we'll get a slightly different type of enemy. So we come in here into the contracts, bounty hunters, HRTs, group VHRT. That means we get to take out 2 or 3. There's no standard. Okay, let's take out a group VHRT. Except that is tracking. Okay, we will probably have to. Yeah, we have to jump there. Is this another moon of Hurston? So it'll take us just a wee bit to get there. Alright, we're here and this quantum drives have spooled again. We've got one Mr. Coffer up there. And then all the way down here it looks like we've got two of them. So let's go for Coffer first and then we'll go for the other two together. It looks like they're at the same place. And that way I do have a little bit of damage, as you can see in the top left, but I'm okay with that for now. Alright, I do like to go just a bit more than a CM until I get close to them. Let's use the radar ping to make sure I'm not going to be running straight into some rocks if I get distracted, which I always do. Gap over here. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, as I was saying, met some really nice people. Joined an org. Might play with them online at some point. We were playing yesterday. Every Friday they do a nice little training session, which is very useful for a noob like me. And I can ask all sorts of dumb questions. Just using that as a way to learn. Okay. I think I'm close enough to the marker to now just sit here like we did in the last one. So the difference in the group bounties and the original bounty that I took is that you can see in the top center there is a bit of a timer going, so you have 45 minutes to take out 3 targets. VHRT's group bounties probably the best way off that I've found so far of grinding out the server still's working this stuff out. Yep, that's who we need, but we've got an asteroid in between, which I am okay with, although I think he spotted me. Yeah, he's released some missiles, so we will release some decoys, and that will hopefully take care of those missiles. And while he's on his way, we will once again plot our way out of the asteroid field. Simply because it just works out easier that way. So I've just noticed this is a different type of ship. Vanguard Warden. I was actually contemplating getting a Vanguard, not a Warden, another one, Sentinel. But I decided to go for this Hornet instead. As I mentioned, everything in this Hornet and all the upgrades that I've made in terms of the loadout, and you know, I've updated the quantum drive to make me go further and a little bit faster. I've upgraded the shields, I've upgraded all of that. I'm happy with everything else. Today I just want to test out how these cannons and distortion cannon and the laser cannons work together. I was using the Gladius before this, and that was a really good ship because it's really nimble and I didn't get hit very often. So I really enjoyed that. Ooh, you might have a friend here as well. Who do you have here? Okay, a caterpillar. Interesting. Caterpillars are actually cargo ships, so that's probably why it's in all white rather than a... Is that a player? No. Interesting. Okay. I think I've moved too far out. Let's move in a little bit closer to him. Waiting for this marker to come onto our man. I'm just going to stop until he gets closer. There we go. Right. We can go for it now. Ooh. Another warden and... Okay. So there's a few other things appearing here. So we'll just have to be careful. Usually I just go for the main target. Just quicker. Yeah. PvE, I'm alright. I'm not too fussed about them. They do throw the odd missile, launch a couple of decoys per missile, and 9 times out of 10 it misses you. So I'm okay with that, and there we go. We're within 1200. Because it was quite a slow moving target, we landed quite a few shots. I'm quite liking this, to be honest. Right, the next one's going to be a little bit harder. There's 2 of them in the same place, as you can tell with the jumbled up names. And it's having a little bit of problem calibrating the quantum drive. If I leave it there, hopefully it will get to 100%. We have... Right.
Quantum drive.
So again, let's plot ourselves a little route somewhere around here. Okay, there's quite a tight spot I'm trying to get through there, but we'll see how it all works out. Alright, that was quick. That's one of them, and the other one is Matthew Pellegrin. So let's go for Mr. Thomason first. Try and stay in the clear area. Okay, Mr. Pellegrin, we do not have you yet. But we have Mr. Pellegrin. Alright. As I'm getting closer to him, I'm going to come down to SCM speed, just because it's going to be a little bit nicer. A couple of missiles, launch some decoys, I'm okay with that. Yeah, to do a last minute collision. What was he in? He's in another warden. Don't mind wardens now, do we? Why is he not? There we go. This isn't coming up as my target. Yeah, he's in another warden. This should be... Thing is, you can... In a Hornet, I found I can outmaneuver a warden. But the wardens do have a pretty good loadout, so I don't get hit by them too much. I do like this distortion cannon plus laser cannon mixture. Okay, where is the last one? There we go. There's a couple other bogeys. As you can see in the middle at the bottom in the radar, there's like 3 bogeys around me. I'll just go for this one. Another warden. Okay.
Try to dodge.
Yeah, their in-game chat is a bit shit. Gets a bit repetitive, but that's okay. I think I've got peoples behind me. I'm okay with that. Not hitting me yet. So
Shields hit.
now they are. So I'll just start doing a little maneuver. Taking... Is that 5 at the same time? Whoa, and a rock. Alright, one of them went in the rock. I managed to just about I took out an enemy by bumping into a rock. I lost.
Let's see how you like this.
I've lost half my cannons, guys. I've only got 2 cannons left. Look at the right hand of the screen. Okay. So that's fine. So I've taken out his shields already. I think I'm gonna have to go for a repair jobby after this. I think I can still take him though. Just focus on landing my shots. That was a better turn. Better turn. Better turn. Well done. Right, I am going to turn on my quantum drive, and I am gonna landing here by mistake. I've bound my keys too close together for those two. But that's alright. So that's, as you can see, 65,000 AUEC, which is the in-game currency, and that's great. That's a good little earner, and I earned like $1,000 or so by because I had the call to arms thing. So what we need to do is we need to go back to Hurston. I'll set the route. It's just a little bit quicker because it takes away all the other arrows and you can just use that. It's not the best map in the world, by the way. It's okay. It gets the job done. What I'll do is I am going to go back to Hurston. I'm going to get the ship repaired. Hopefully all the cannons come back. And then we're going to take on one of the hardest missions that I've been able to get to. Maybe there's harder ones of PvE, and then we will. It's called an ERT, and once we have that, we can do that, and then we'll see. Okay, what we're looking for is that's Lawville, that's the town, and just above every town in a rounded square thing is usually the space station. So we'll just go to these markers which are dotted around, which are just some markers around every planet and moon. I've bound it, and usually it starts off as one button press is to spool it, and then you hold it to go, and sometimes I just so yeah, it's quite dark, you can't see it, there's some red lights. Let's go a little bit faster, and let's just go a little bit further away from it, because what I'm going to do is when I get close to it is I am going to go back into coupled mode, and what we'll do is it'll just slow me right down, and I can close that now, because soon enough I should be able to contact my, I don't know how much I had before I started, but there we go, we're close enough. Sometimes it gives you a message from your last one. You then go back into friends in your global chat and get the harbour, or each one's got a different name, and it will give you, let's just do a little ping so you guys can see. That's how big the station is.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Come on, give me a platform to land on.
Please proceed to assigned
There
landing
we
bay.
go. Have you given me a platform to land on? Or have you just said that? Yes, you have. This little arrow is where we want to be. Now we can put the landing gear down. I'm actually going to slow down a little bit. I'm okay at taking off. The start of this episode was probably one of my worst takeoffs in recent times. I am not so good at landing yet. But yeah. So we'll just slow right down. I do tend to bang into the platform. I'll try and do it a bit slower today. Right, we should be good. There we go. And I can turn the engines off.
All systems offline.
Landing complete.
There
Have
we
a
go.
pleasant stay.
That's what I was waiting for. I can turn the engines back on now.
Aerospace. All systems online.
Is try and repair everything, and as you can see, we earned like 60-70 grand there, including all the bonuses, but the repair work isn't too expensive, nor is the fuel, and nor is it for restocking anything. Although, will it give me the extra cannons? Let's see, will it give me my cannons back? Come on, please give me my cannons back. It gave me my cannons back. And as you can see in the top left, no more red marks. So, we are good to go again. What I will do is come into contracts, bounty hunter, and let's see if we've got an ERT in this. Here we no, it's a group ERT. Let's take just one on. Build it up slowly. Group ERTs at my level of playing just take way too long. That's why I was playing around with the loadouts to see how it does, and the one thing I forgot to do was request permission to take off. So we can do that, that's not a problem.
You are clear to launch.
Thank you. Go back into decoupled, and we can take off. Is go in that direction, which is fine, roughly in that direction. The quantum drive will do all the work.
Quantum drive is now on. Landing gear raised. Quantum drive is now on.
Alright, spooling. Where is our man? Or woman. Sometimes it is girls. Louis. Alright.
Quantum drive is
So,
now on.
what
Quantum
makes
drive
ERTs more difficult is that one, you're going after a ship called a Hammerhead, which has quite a lot of shields, quite a lot of stuff, and it usually has other ships with it. So sometimes it's better to just do what you can. Sometimes I take out the little ships, sometimes I don't. I don't know what's better. Maybe I'll ask someone who's better than me at this game. Yeah, I have no doubts that there are people in this game who are pretty good. Slow down, wait for the server to spawn our Louis. Oh, is that it? There we go. Now, Louis is here, but the marker is not. What I am going to do though, because because Louis is quite a big ship, I am gonna try and drag him further out of the minefield, or the asteroid field. Has Louis spotted me? I think I'm close enough to drag him out. So what the difference you'll see is that the Hammerhead has a lot more weapons. It's not a single person fire. I don't actually know how many people fit in a Hammerhead. I've not been inside one. I was in a Carrack last night, that was nice. Come on, marker. Or server. But yeah, looks like he is moving possibly a little bit in my direction. Yeah, definitely. See, lots more cannons. So we'll just increase our speed and just keep dragging Louis out a little bit. Keep changing our here we go. Keep changing our direction a little bit. Slow down a little bit, get Louis a little bit more interested. I want to orbit Louis. So I want to take Louis out of the asteroid field. Actually, there's another system where which I like better, because getting out of the field in that system is a bit harder, because they've got a whole ring of asteroid field. Alright, as we were doing before, I'm just going to start hitting Louis with, I think I'm outside of the field enough. I'm going to get a little bit closer, and then I am going to, when I'm in range, I'll start just with my distortion cannons. And what you'll see here is, right, in the first half an hour of this stream, I took out 4 VHRTs. Now let's see, it's, here we go. We're 37 minutes in of this stream, roughly. Let's see how long it takes us to... I'm not getting hit too much, so I'm okay with that. Jumpy today, which is okay. Usually you can get one side shields down and then you can try and start focusing on that side. Now when ships are this big, I find you can like do either the front or the back or the center, while I'm able to I'm a little bit out of range again. See what I mean? Not so great. You get in range, you get a little bit of a battering from his cannons as well. Turrets. I think he's got turrets. Quite a few of them. A little bit too far out again. Come in a little bit again. Alright. No. Bastard. Language, Louis. There are people who can do this way faster than I can, guys. I've seen it. But, I'm doing okay for now. 3 weeks in, I'm okay. I never knew what orbiting was 3 weeks ago. Now I can do what I'm doing right now. I'm just outside of range again. Missing some of my shots. Back into the other loadout I have, and I might test that tomorrow, is a loadout loadout of repeaters, but I don't have a repeater distortion cannon. It's just laser cannons, so I might get me a distortion cannon. Sorry, distortion repeater, if one exists. My shields are also taking a hit, but his shields are down in 2 sides.
Okay.
Okay, here come one of his friends, I would assume. No, I don't see him on the map. Okay, far enough away from me not to care just yet. So I am trying to orbit while trying to get to the side where the shields have been taken out, so that slowly I'm just taking them out on all sides. But this is the side I want to be on. This is the side I want to be on because you got nice shields here. Other side, other side. Still trying to strafe, and no, I'm too far out. Now he's facing me, and he's got his shields on the right side now as well. That's the thing, trying to get to the side with reduced shields so I can, here we go. This is the side. He's only showing me a little bit. Let's see if I can get a bit better of a cross-sectional shot. I'm too far out as well. Come on, getting closer. The thing with the repeaters is they're faster and you can hit them for a little bit further out. Looks like we do have the other bogey now. That's okay. I'll come back to you. Now my shields are full. As soon as my shields take a hit, I'm going to have to make a decision. I'm too far out. Why am I firing? Come closer. Yeah, no, don't think I was. Don't think so, at least. Let's go in closer again. Now we're back in range. Keep coming in out of range. See, when I was in the Gladius, I was more used to it. I know it's only been 3 weeks, I can't believe I'm saying this. But I was able to maintain a better orbit. Hopefully, over time, I will learn to do that in this ship here as well. Because... oh, my shields are taking a hit. Okay, they're back. Because the loadout here is so much nicer. Okay, fuel. Fuel is coming up. 75%. We're okay.
Asshole.
Come on, stay in range, stay in range.
Shields. Landed some good shots there. Sorry, I went quiet for a bit, but had to think. ERTs at my level take me a little bit more time now. A little bit more time. That's okay. Or a little bit more thought. But 3 out of 4 shields nearly out, which is good. This is where the distortion cannons help, I believe. Others will tell me I'm just smoking something, and can they have some? I believe they help take out systems, they help take out shields, that's what I would think they do. But
one shield you've got. How are you getting the one shield you've got facing? I do believe the alpha damage isn't as good as... I'm a little bit too far out now.
Asshole.
Yeah, I'm unable to talk and land my shots as well. Shields are fine.
Shields.
Come on. Shields were fine. Doing alright. Let's recharge while he's got his shield facing us, his one remaining shield, and then so now we're doing some proper damage. As you can see, he's starting to go a little bit red in bits. Okay, he's got... Alright, this is the side we want to hit actually. So the thing I found with the lag pip is it doesn't have to be green, because you know where the shots are going roughly. In lead pip you have to be, you know, as close to green as possible. Otherwise you miss most of your shots. Boom, done. So that took us 10 minutes. That, I have to say, was probably the fastest I have ever done this. So yeah, I quite like this loadout. Next time I will try and test out my repeater loadout. Thanks for joining, guys. Speak soon. Have a lovely evening.